Unfortunately, you know what Kiwis are like. Either in New Zealand or out of it, we just chat for a while. 28.6 degrees is 29 degrees. This is not winter. This is summertime temperatures, I got to be honest with you. It really, really is. And, well, I tell you what, let's just have a quick squizzy, see if I can get it into Fahrenheit for us so that the rest of the world can understand it as well. If it'll do it. It's trying to. Anyway, we'll move on. Oh, there you go. What is it? No, it's still not in Fahrenheit. Computers. 58. Okay, let's keep it at that for now. Anyway, 58's not too bad. Add another 10 degrees, we're in here, and you know how hot it can get in the summertime, literally, and it's winter time right now. Sweating. Weird, really is. Anyway, let me do this. Yes, ma'am.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, so very, very happy to have you join us. And, well, I tell you what, if you're a first-time viewer, listener, partaking in this, well, I tell you what, why not do this? Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like today's victims. Yeah, believe me, it's going to be fun with these guys. Chasing Phoneix, coming out of North Carolina, are joining us. And believe me, absolutely loving their music. You know it, you asked for it, we play it here at Galaxy. We really, really do. So why not subscribe? Become part of the family. We call it the noise here at Galaxy because it is getting louder and louder exponentially every day. And we hear you. We do. When you ask, we respond. We're not a podcast. We're live, literally. And you know, there's one thing about podcasts. Yep, for every podcaster, I've got one message. I'm better than you, and you know it. Right here at Galaxy. Today we're joined by Z and also Ronnie. Now, believe me, loving Chasing Phoneix. Check this out. Here's Fighter. Yeah, I'm not shy. I'll put podcasters down. Dear. Oh, and Don Pierce is watching too. He's a podcaster. Nice to have you on board. I think it's Tim, actually. I really do. Joanna Winkle is watching. Nick Plu's coming out of North Carolina. You threw me off there. You really did. Nick Plu's coming out of Leicester in the UK from the Heartland Roots Band. Nice to have you on board. Cheryl Schofield is watching. Hello, Cheryl. Nice to have you back. It really, really is. And Nick says, hey, Barbara and DJ Grant, Chasing Phoneix and the noise everywhere. Yes, believe me, fantastic group. And Nick, you should get to know these people. You really should. Welcome to Galaxy. We'll do the official welcome thing very, very shortly, but do you realise what you've let yourselves into?
No, I'm not sure either way.
You're not sure just yet? Okay.
Not yet.
Believe me, I'm one of these guys that loves to throw in a bit of humour from time to time, and just asking, are you guys thinkers? Are you guys the guys that like to think of the probable, possible, maybe not, but could be kind of thoughts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Everything.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay. So I'm just like that, and I come up with things like man can measure the speed of light, right?
Okay.
How fast is darkness?
Say it again.
So how fast is darkness?
Oh. That's very cool. Slow?
I think it's instant.
I don't know, I'm not awake for it.
I think it's instant. But more importantly, could you imagine if you're driving your Lexus through space at the speed of light? Would your headlights work?
Where do you come up with
I
that?
don't know.
Well, okay, well,
Can you even see the speed of light? Like,
you really wouldn't want to use your indicators though, would you?
will your blinker still work?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, seriously, I've got to... If your knees could bend in the opposite direction to what they do now, could you imagine how interesting chairs would be? Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Like what you're sitting on.
Oh, cheers. Yeah. Got it. No, I think you sit on the underside of the chair. That would not be comfortable.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be. It really wouldn't be.
He's on form, everyone.
I'm on form, apparently. This is just breaking the ice. It really is. Simon P. Clow is watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Simon. It really, really is. First time watcher. Very cool. We've got about a minute to go, so okay. Here's one for you. In the Second World War, the Japanese kamikaze pilots, they knew they were going to die, right? They would go around all their friends, get little stitching prayers on their scarves and stuff like that. Then why the hell did the government give them crash helmets?
Make themselves feel better.
That's a great question. That's a really good question.
Very good question.
Tarzan, you remember Tarzan, right?
Yes.
Why didn't he have a beard? It's not like he could go down to the grocers and get some Gillettes or anything.
Very good question.
Why didn't he have a beard?
His beard should have been like to his knee.
It should have been, yeah.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to the band Chasing Phoneix, coming out of North Carolina. And believe me, they've already discovered just what they've got themselves into, really. Mooresville, North Carolina, never heard of it. Where is Mooresville? Is it anywhere near Charlotte?
It's just north of Charlotte, on Lake Norman.
Okay.
Yeah, probably 30, 45 minutes north of Charlotte, depending on where in Charlotte you're coming from.
Very, very cool. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Z Phoneix and also Ronnie Williams. Now, Ronnie, you're the husband, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, I just wanted to establish that because, believe me, I had it written down on a piece of paper. It said hubby underneath.
Hubster. It's the hubster, is that what I call him?
The hubster.
Hubster.
All right, well, Hubster, nice to meet you. It really is. Now, guys, we opened up the show, and I've got to welcome you along to Galaxy 107 FM. Believe me, it's the first time we've ever met, and I know you're regretting it already, but but it gets weirder from here, if you can bear with me. We opened up the show with Fighter. Now, please, tell me about this, because currently you're sitting on about 1,357 requests for this particular track since we've been playing it. Now, we opened up, literally, we didn't start saying anything. We just played the music, like dipping the toe in the water. See how the noise or the audience reacts to it. They went ballistic. So I think, warranted, we better find out all about it.
So I think the story behind Fighter is probably the deepest story that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a car accident when I was 17, and it was pretty severe. It was myself, my father, and a girlfriend of mine. And from that came a lot of scars, you know, physical scars, mental scars, emotional scars, the whole 9 yards. And, you know, went through my life just kind of trying to write a song about it and never could. And there was a gentleman by the name of John Strode, who a dear friend of mine, and he would write, you know, poems and songs all the time. And he wrote a little bit of the chorus of this song and sent it to me, and it just struck a chord. And so I took that and just wrote basically everything. It's just talking about the scars that you live with daily, and how you have nothing else to do but to fight, and so you're going to be strong and just make it through life. And so that's what the song's about.
You know, that's a fantastic story, and I can relate to that. I really can. I had a motorcycle accident. It took me about 3 years to get back on my feet again. So believe me, I can very much identify. I ended up, would you believe, having a Tai Chi master literally teaching me how to walk again.
Yes.
Yeah, she did the same.
Yeah, they told me the chances of walking were not very likely, or at least not back to where I was before. I had a lot of reconstructive surgery on my face, and just something as a human you don't want to have to deal with. As a young person, you really don't expect to have to deal with it at that age. And so late teens, I was going into my senior year of high school, and I ended up having to be homeschooled that year. So just kind of lost out on a lot. And so this song really is all of that.
I can totally relate. I really, really can. And it is, I'm not going to give you sympathies because I think you've bounced back, literally, especially with the support of hubby beside you right now. Believe me, I think you've ended up on your feet. And, well, to be honest, you've ended up here, which I don't know whether that's a good thing or not.
With backward knees.
Yeah, true. Jake Wilson is joining us. Terry Van Cannon coming out of North Carolina. Now, believe me, this man is a slide steel master. Absolutely fantastic. If you ever need an expert in that field, get in touch with us. We'll get in touch with Terry Van Cannon. He's just down the road from you. And, you never know, you might be able to meet at the pub.
Yes, and it's contacts. Yeah. We'd love it.
Absolutely.
We'd love to collaborate.
Yeah, we love it.
And believe me, he works with some of the best artists coming out of North Carolina. I'm kind of dubbing North Carolina right now as the new mecca of music. It really is, because I think a good portion of our artists that we interview have actually originated out of North Carolina. They really do.
Wow. There's some incredible musicians here.
Yeah, really are. Yeah.
And I tell you what, Charlotte has one of my most favourite wrestlers that presides there as well. Her name is Charlotte as well, by the way.
I didn't know that. We don't watch wrestling very much.
Nope.
Okay, well, she's got a very famous father. Her father is Ric Flair.
Oh, well, I never knew that.
Okay, well, Charlotte is the daughter, if you know what I mean. Yeah, anyway. Moving on, Eleanor Ianson is joining us. Nice to have you on board here. Now,
Beautiful skeletons.
I really want to ask you, as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? Are you a talker? Are you a Redditor? But more importantly, do you respond?
To everyone.
I wouldn't have said that.
I do. I really try to respond to everyone. When we celebrated my birthday, and I do like a whole month-long birthday. If I do, it's a hatch month. Phoenixes aren't born; they're hatched. So like a bird. Yeah. So I spent weeks responding to the messages. I was so incredibly overwhelmed by all of them. But every morning I'd wake up and just try to go through to respond. So I really do try to respond to everybody. Yeah, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, I have a TikTok. I really suck at trying to keep up with it. My kids kind of do the videos for me because I'm like, I don't know what to do.
They teach you how to use it.
Yes.
Yeah, believe me, if I have some very high-paid techos here, and if ever they get stuck, they ask the kids.
Oh yeah. Every time I'm like, kids, come get my phone, come post this for me.
Exactly, and believe me, I never respond to anything, literally, mainly because I never have the time. I usually start work about 10:30 at night, and I'm lucky to get out of here by 5. So I have people literally doing the Facebook response and all that sort of thing, but you never know. Sometimes I do manage to procure my own phone. And
I don't have anybody responding for me, so it's definitely me behind the man behind the curtain. So
well, you're going to get about another 5,000 Facebook fans now. Unfortunately, you'll not have anything to do all day except just get sore thumbs. Believe me. John Pater is watching. Nice to have you on board, John. It really, really is. And love to the family, especially to May. Okay, love you guys. I really, really do. And keep up the good work. Looking forward to some new stuff coming out of Ashley. Anytime soon would be nice. Absolutely. Ashley, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know, is the princess of Galaxy here, and she's coming out of Vancouver. Brilliant, absolutely stunning young lady, and a future superstar to the world. She really is. Having said that, Chasing Phoneix, how did you come up with the name?
Oh, that's all me. we were just kind of bouncing around names one day, so when we met, we were in pretty bad places in our lives, and music brought us together. And I was kind of brought on to be a backup singer in a rock band that he was playing in. We're originally from a small town called Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
South Charleston.
Right outside of Charleston, South Carolina. And so, I was kind of singing with him, and he was like, you're too good to be a backup singer. You want your own band? And I'm like, I don't know what that means. And he was like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. You just sing. So I was like, we can't have a band without a name. So we were just bouncing it around, and then I was just like, I like stuff with fire and, things like that. And what about, like, a bird? Or, what about a phoenix? And so we bounced that around for a while, and nothing, like, stuck. And then finally I went, what about Chasing Phoneix? What about Chasing the Dream? So it's all about rising from the ashes, following something new, being different, being bold. Everything's going to be okay. Outlook's going to be good, that sort of thing. So it stuck.
I get it. I really do. Because I actually, knowing that your last name here is Z Phoneix, I thought hubby was getting a little amorous. Look at
yeah, we like to put that twist on it too.
Yeah, well, believe me, I fell into that one. Chris Andreas, coming out of Vancouver, is watching as well. Nice to have you on board, Chris. Believe me, besides being a superb artist in his own right, he throws knives, so you don't want to upset the man. Yeah, from a distance. We're supposed to be going out hunting the Sasquatch when I get over there at some stage too, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Really am. And apparently they have a big water creature up their way as well that I want to get involved in, see if we can catch one, you know what I mean? Make a good...
yeah. We have the Lake Norman monster here.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to catch it one day.
Okay, well... We have a thing here, our native people here in New Zealand are called the Maori, and we have a thing called a taniwha, which is like a big snaky kind of thing that lives in the deepest waters of the lakes around us, right here in our backyard. I think in Canada they have an ogopogo, and that's the one I'm trying to fish up, if you know what I mean. So if successful, we'll come over your way and see if we can...
yeah, we'll go after that one.
Yeah, let's do that, because I'm into breaking these mythical things, because somewhere I kind of think that there's an element of truth behind the myth. You know what I mean?
There's something big down there. I'm just not sure I really want to know what it is, but then I kind of do.
Yeah, absolutely. But yet again, I'm not the kind of people that would go and do the Titanic thing, if you know what I mean.
Oh, no. I'm good.
No.
Did you see that? You see that with the submersible? They spent $250,000 a seat to go and see the Titanic. Staying with the people down there, priceless.
That was so...
that was very sad.
That was very sad.
Yeah. And it was a bad joke as well, wasn't it? They finally got it. Bo Gregory. Bo Gregory is joining us. Alice Walker, hello, brother man. Nice to have you on board. It really, really is. And we'd love to catch up with you in the near future as well, being a fellow American. Now, having said that, striking matches. Now, this is something that I got told off for when I was a kid.
So, yeah. He's got to explain this one.
So she was humming something one day, and
I'm sorry.
I thought...
Is this a PG show?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, don't forget, children are going to be watching this, so get as bawdy as you want.
So we were in the shower, and I'm humming a song by Kelly Clarkson, and he was like, hey, that's a good song. You can tell the rest.
I don't know anything about Kelly Clarkson. Really.
I know.
It didn't sound anything like the song she was talking about, but it had like a nice little catch to it, and I could just kind of hear, the song that was going along with whatever she was humming, which was not at all.
No, not even close.
So anyway, I literally got out of the shower and went and...
I don't even think he dried off. Just like straight to the guitar.
Yeah, and we came up with that one within a few hours.
A few hours.
The complete song within a couple hours. We were done with it, the whole
Yeah.
thing. Some of them have taken years to
Some were
finish, and
yeah.
some of them take literally a couple hours.
But that one was so funny because he sang it to me, and I'm like, that's boring. So then I just redid the lyrical line. He's like, oh, that's better. And I was like, I know, right?
As you do, absolutely. Nice to know that you guys still shower together. Believe me, the last time I was in the shower with my wife, the wife started laughing, and that was about 20 years ago, and she hasn't stopped laughing since. So believe me, you guys are really, really cool. In the meantime, right here at Galaxy, so very happy to have you. Today we're talking to Z and also to Ronnie from the band Chasing Phoneix, coming out of North Carolina. Here is Striking Matches. God, it's hot in here. Can we...
It's warm on this side too, by the way.
Oh, yeah, well, you guys are in summer. We're in winter.
Yeah.
You should not be sweating in winter.
Oh.
Yeah, I see you fanning yourself.
Yeah, all the time. Look, we've got some Kiwi air conditioning going on. It's called Open the Bloody Window. It is. Oh, look.
Put a box fan in that thing, bring that air in.
Yeah.
2 years ago, my bosses came to me and said, Grant, it's summertime, would you like a fan? And I went, yeah, I'd love one. You know, something from Sweden, about 18, blonde, blue-eyed, you know, she can do this all day. They got me a Gold Air selling me with the point that it's an oscillator. Can't win. Guy, are you guys by any chance vegans?
No.
No? You're meatahologists like me?
Yes.
Listen, I ask everybody this because I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, really. Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
I'm so afraid of where this is going to go. No.
I'm trying to figure out if they're made of real vegans or not. I mean, I was upset when I found out Girl Guide biscuits weren't made of real Girl Guides. And, are you familiar with Johnson & Johnson?
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, they've got me on a blacklist right now. They won't return my calls, my emails, my texts, nothing. I just simply asked how many babies goes in a bottle. I mean, it's on the label, baby oil. How many?
How many did it take to make that off the
Do you remember William Shatner?
I'm sorry, wait, I can't hear him laughing.
Do you remember William Shatner?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Captain James T. Kirk. I see in Canada today on the news that he's been told that he has to remove his lingerie line.
We had one.
Yeah, apparently Shatner Panties isn't a good name.
Oh my God.
You know, currently sitting at 1,583 for that particular track right now and climbing. Believe me, we play it as often as we can. And of course, our station is primarily made up of the amount of requests we get per artist per track. And that's exactly how we structure the breakfast show every day. I get into work about between 10 and 10:30 at night. And I'm lucky to get out of here by about 5. But the first thing I do is go to reception, go and get the little USB stick that they prepare for me, which gives me all the stats, which means now I can go to production, take it to those guys, and we sit there and argue and put together a whole breakfast show. Chasing Phoneix seems to be, would you believe, a regular on my breakfast show. I can't get away from you guys.
Oh,
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
No, it's great. It really is. And we only play the best music here at Galaxy and the best artists. We really, really do. We pride ourselves on this. And you guys ticked all the boxes, literally. Barbara gets between 100 and 150, 200 bands a day wanting to be promoted, wanting to be interviewed, much like this, put themselves through this sort of torture. It kind of happens. And of course she goes to production. They sort of argue it out and whittle it down because we can only do so many in a week, if you know what I mean. And then it goes before a board, and the board, well, they're only interested in our image because they think I'm the craziest thing our image is ever going to have anyway. So it's got to be better than me. And then it comes to me. Barbara brings it to me on a little USB device. Now, I play you in my car. Now, I do this for two reasons. First reason is I can't be influenced by anybody else's suggestion here. You should do it. No, you shouldn't do it. Whatever. You know what I mean? I value it myself as an engineer. I don't listen to music as a fan does. I listen to it as an engineer, as a DJ, as a salesperson for music, all that kind of deal, not as a fan. And so I've got a pretty kick-ass stereo in my car too, by the way.
Very cool.
Second reason is, well, nobody else will drive with me.
You got that with driver?
No, believe me. True story here. Barbara's former husband was a car racer, would go sideways, right? Her son is a former New Zealand champion car racer, goes sideways, right? Her grandson is a current New Zealand champion car racer, goes sideways, right? She won't get in the car with me.
Do you go sideways?
Yeah, often.
It's really your grandpa driver.
And fast. I do it fast. And that's what's really, really cool about Chasing Phoneix is I think it's music to drive fast to.
Nice. Well, we're honored. Very honored.
Thank you.
Believe me, I absolutely enjoyed your music right from the very start. And I talk to bands, I listen to music every day. I've worked with some of the biggest names in the world, either as capacity in studios and or front of house touring around the world with a lot of names that you will recognise, believe me, you really will. And it's not often that a band encapsulates my imagination where I want to know more, and that's what Chasing Phoneix did to me when I first heard it in my car. And I really got to be honest with you, it was Mr. Know-It-All that I first heard. Instantly I thought this is going to become a hit here at Galaxy. Yea, verily, that's exactly what's happened. Now, believe me, I want to know the skinny on this. Why is it so successful for a start? B, do you realise what you're doing here at Galaxy? Literally, you're over 2,300 requests and climbing every day. This is phenomenal. It really, really is. You've got people from all around the globe falling in behind Chasing Phoneix. Now tell me, the secret behind this track.
That's all you had.
So this is the first one that first song I ever wrote. We had a period of time where we were not together, and I didn't know what else to do with myself. So I sat down at the piano and started writing this song, and it was really just for him. It's just, you don't have to do anything else. You already got me. Like, you can come back now, kind of thing. So I can't talk about that one too much. That's the first one that we ever recorded. And when he came back is when we finished it. He came back and helped lay the bridge and, of course, all the guitar parts. And so finally I was like, we need to put this one down. We need to record this one. And so we did. So it's the beginning of last year is when we did it. He's over there wiping his eyes. It's okay.
Well, let me tell you, 2,366 and topping it, I can guarantee tomorrow it's going to be up higher again. It really is. We are getting a lot of people falling in behind this particular track and loving it. Unfortunately, I don't want to be adulting, but I will be doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, the most requested track for Chasing Phoneix here at Galaxy, Mr. Know-It-All. How many countries are tuned in?
Countries, 160.
What's that?
169 countries are tuned in right now.
Wow. Hi, everybody.
How many cities?
2,504.
2,504 cities. Not bad. Not bad. I'll give you how many are online listening to this when we're finished, because it's still clicking over at the moment. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Well, here. Cheers.
Cheers, Miguel.
Coffee.
Here's some North Carolina apple pie moonshine for you.
Apple pie. I love apple pie. I do.
They put you on your ass.
Yeah, the last the last time it did. Michelle Lee sent me some in a flask that was literally part of Popcorn Sutton's hidden recipe, if you know what I mean. She managed to send me some. And honestly, it only had 2 nips in it. It was only a little small flask.
Yeah.
But after the first one, the crew had to pick me off the floor.
Oh, mercy. It must have been good.
Well,
Only because you drank it hot.
yeah, only because I drank it hot. I didn't realise it had to come out of the fridge.
We drink ours room temperature.
Okay, all right. Well, believe me, I did that, and it floored me. Literally, I got tore up from the floor up.
Yeah.
I did.
Get up from the floor.
No, I had
Across Michelle Wee. She's not a musician. How'd you come across Michelle Wee?
no Michelle Lee,
Oh, Michelle Lee. Got it.
Leigh.
It's the music that does it. He can't.
Yeah, I can't hear.
I,
Too many
Known
years
her
playing
about
rock.
7 years.
what?
What?
No, she's a 13-time Josie Award winner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think she's a friend of Dolly Parton or something like that.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Lee. Yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
Not the golfer.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the golf.
Are you talking about the Kiwi Michelle Wee?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Michelle.
little short girl who's just got married and had
Oh,
a
no,
kid.
this is a very tall girl.
Yeah, no, she's shorter than I am.
She's a lady golfer from, I guess, last 10 years or so.
Yeah. No, she's shorter than I am, so she's short.
Oh, got it.
I'm 6'2".
Oh, mercy.
I am not.
I'm not either.
I'm not either.
Or me. I'm 5'3", 160
Barbara's 5'3", she reckons.
160
Oh, I'm right there with
centimetres.
you.
Yeah, well,
Right here.
Yeah.
she's 6 foot if she wears heels.
That's where she's 6 foot on stage.
On
yeah.
stage. It's funny because we get done with a show and I'll take my boots off and people go, "Wow, you're short."
Uh-huh. Guys, a young man by the name of Martin coming out of Hatta in Dubai is asking, do you have a website? Can we buy merch? And how do we get there? What do you got on your merch?
So I don't have any of the merch on the website for sale, but if they just contact me, there's a form you can fill out on the website. I ship, and I can, I post what we have kind of throughout the year. We have, everything from pullovers to zip-ups to shirts to tanks to beach balls, sunglasses. We've got the whole 9 yards. We just don't sell them online, but we'd be happy to do an exchange and ship them out. The website is chasingphonexband.com.
Absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm going to say to you, how would you like to send me a little bit of merch? I'd be more than honoured to wear your brand.
I would love to.
While we do this now, it has been proven this actually does work too, by the way. While people are watching this particular torture that I'm putting you through right now, they're on the interwebby thing looking at who I'm wearing, and today I think it's the heels, Bobby, Brittany and Kyla coming out of Canada. Lovely ladies.
Love the shirt.
And believe me, they go and they're having a look at their website, looking through the merch and buying product, if you know what I mean. So
Yes.
it's about promoting Chasing Phoneix, and I'd be more than honoured if you'd send me something with your brand on it. But you mentioned sunglasses. I'm always in need of some of those. So
Okay.
send me some of
I
that.
will send you a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And I'll hook Barbara up too.
Oh, nice. Well, I'll get Barbara to send you all the details, literally.
Perfect. Perfect.
Everybody needs a Barbara, literally.
Yes.
They really do.
My life.
She does so much. It is not funny. She's my PA, my co-host on The Breakfast Show, and she does all the organisation for the bands and the interviews, everything like that. And then she also manages Aurora Entertainment, which brings bands into the country for touring and stuff like that, gets them venues, right down to specialised foods. If you so inclined to want a vegan sausage, you might get one. You never know. Dear. Pamela Tozer Harbottle. Dear. Pamela Tozer Harbottle is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Pamela. Absolutely love Stephen Kay, and looking forward to doing the interview with him in the near future as well, coming out of Nashville. Brilliant. And of course, Big Records is coming out of Canada, isn't it? Yeah. Now, having said that, got to ask you, anything new coming up? I know we've only got 3 tracks. Are you going to release anything new in the near future? Will you do it with us, and will you put yourself through this one more time?
There's a lot of questions at once. Yes, we would love to do this again. Absolutely. We actually have 4 songs coming up. One is a labor of love. I'll say that. One we have played out a few times in public, and we're just kind of, polishing it before we lay the tracks. We don't do a whole lot of slow songs. We have a slower one that we wrote a number of years ago that is completely different than what we normally play. So we're excited about that one. But yeah, we'll have some new music coming up here soon. It's more of a matter of just finding the time to finish and polish while we're 9-to-5ers and gigging on the weekends and kids and grandkids and
get back to the studio.
So it's just time ends up flying away from you before you even realize it. So we've got something in the works actually this weekend to work with a friend of ours down the road to kind of get one of them really wrapped up. But I'm excited about that one. So yeah, that one will be, it's called Heartbeat Away. So take that as you will and think what you might behind it, and it's probably correct.
Sounds like I need some pedals. It's only a heartbeat away, literally. I am looking forward to. I would be very, very honoured if you'd come back again and release new music with us. We'd love to have a relationship with you guys in the forthcoming decades.
Yes, we love that. Absolutely.
If Barbara will keep me around that long, if you know what I mean. Believe me, I really would. Anna Anderson is saying, I'll check out Chasing Phoneix. Got to jump up. Bye. Okay, Anna, take care and have a very good day yourself. And yes, please check out Chasing Phoneix. Brilliant band and are going places. They really, really are. Now, having said that, at the same time, how would you like to do me a couple of voice drops that I can play on the radio here? Now, the reason behind that is the more times people hear your names and your voices, the more times they go and find out just who Chasing Phoneix is. You know what I mean? So it's about promoting you, and we'd be very honoured to do it. No cost, literally, except for the time that you take to be able to play these 2 simple tracks down. Having said that, let's have a shout out for your recording studio.
Oh, so the recording studio is all audio recording out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Brilliant. Now, who's your engineer? Who's mastering your work?
Jason Schaffstein.
There you go. Well, believe me, poor Jason's going to get a mountain load of people chasing him now saying, hey, listen, we want to get some work in there as well. Okay, so thank you for that. I do have to wrap it up right now, but please don't go anywhere just yet, because we're going to take some funny photos and bits and pieces. Barbara's going to put it together in a movie for you, and all I can say there is show it to people you don't like.
I don't know. I don't talk to them. I don't know.
Well, the thing is this. Usually, if you show it to people you do like, they go, oh, yeah, nice, yeah, we love you, and all that sort of stuff, brilliant. You show it to people you don't like, it usually lights a fire under their butt, and before you know it, they're getting in touch with us. Hey, I've got a band. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're so right.
So, yeah, please.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you.
Yeah, this has been great.
Well, I appreciate everything you guys are doing and would love to have a relationship with you guys in the very, very near future, forever and a day, because I love Chasing Phoneix, the sound, the whole structure of it. As I said, I'm an engineer. It's not often that I find something that encapsulates my imagination. You guys have done that. And at the same time, I want to encourage you to go on Facebook onto the Galaxy Artist page. If you're not familiar with it, please go and check it out. Advertise. It's all about getting your name out there. Now, believe me, if you've got a new track, you've got a new video, you've got a new logo, going to the opening of a shoebox, I really don't care. Just advertise. Keep yourselves in there, okay?
Thank you.
We get followed by so many people. It could be a label, it could be an artist, it could be anybody that might further your career down the track. Could even be a venue owner wanting a gig for a night. You know what I mean? It's all about getting Chasing Phoneix out there to the masses, and I would love to be able to be a part of that. Barbara, can I talk about the magazine after this?
Yeah, we'll talk off air, we will.
Okay, we'll do that. Got an idea for you, and believe me, I think you're going to hook into this one because it is viewed by so many people around the world, and again, it's about advertising Chasing Phoneix. Hang in there, we're going to take some photos, okay? And believe me, the staff are going to rush the monitors now. For everybody else, thank you so much for joining us here today at Galaxy. Looking forward to seeing everybody again in a couple of days. We have some very, very cool artists coming up. Stay tuned. But in the meantime, happy radio, everybody.
Yeah.